Part 82. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Which John Word. Chapter 811. Chapter 811. Lee Baikin must be embarrassed today. Of course not. If you want to see it, you can certainly see it. Sunian's hand has already touched his book. Just when he was about to take the book from his hand, Lee Baikin suddenly sighed. Sunian almost laughed out loud when he heard the sigh. This guy just sighs, why doesn't he hide his nervousness? The more he behaves like this, the more I want to see him embarrassed. Ha ha ha, I'm so looking forward to it. I wonder what the consequences will be if I embarrass Lee Baikin. Will you be embarrassed to face me? The more this happens, the more I look forward to it. So Sunian asked knowingly, why did you sigh suddenly? Don't you want me to touch your things? If that's the case, you can tell me directly and I won't touch your things. No, when Lee Baikin said these two words, he sighed again. This voice made Sunian's eyes more and more excited. If not, then why are you sighing like this, Baikin? You didn't keep saying that we are husband and wife. Husband and wife should explain your true feelings. For example, if you don't want me to do something, just say it directly. After all, if it's true, I would rather not make you feel uncomfortable. Ha ha ha, what you said is that I don't believe this guy won't touch me. Anyway, tonight, Lee Baikin must lose his face to me. If I don't throw it away, I won't feel comfortable. No, as far as I'm concerned, I'm all yours. Of course you can do whatever you want with my things, it's just up to you whether you want to or not. After Lee Baikin finished speaking, he lowered his head and pressed it against her forehead. It's just when you came back today, your attention was on your children, and now you are focusing on these things. Isn't it a bit unfair of you? Sunian really wanted to laugh when he heard this. Such a grievance sound. The more he behaves like this, the more excited I become, he. It's really exciting. You are wrong. If I don't care about you, then how can I be interested in the things in your hands? So you are wrong about cause and effect. Because I care about you, I am interested in you. If I really don't care about you. If so, you are just a stranger in my eyes, how could I be interested in your things, or if you see me being interested in other men? These words made Lee Baikin thoughtful. It's like analyzing whether the logic makes sense. What do you mean? You still have to think about it? Don't you believe what I say? No. If my guess is right, how come he wants to kiss me like this, and then kiss me until I lose my mind, and then, I want to do this again? I will never let him succeed with this trick, absolutely won't. Just like that, Sunian looked at Lee Baikin. I just feel that you love me more than I thought. You will like something because of me, and you will be interested in things about me. This voice of joy made Sunian slightly stunned. Actually, I never thought that I was the kind of person who worries about gains and losses. I even thought that the emotion of worrying about gains and losses would make men look too cowardly. But now I understand that if you really fall in love with someone, how can you worry about it? What a face. When Lee Baikin said this, Sunian kept looking at him. There was even a sense of trance in his eyes. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Which John Word. Chapter 812. Chapter 812, Learn to Love Others by Stumbling. When Lee Baikin saw Sunian like this, he knew that his goal had been achieved. Well, it is true that this method is a bit stupid. But it's useful. Greasy or not, it doesn't matter. You love me more than I thought. I love you more than you think. I just did this to make you feel like this. Then my love in your imagination is really shallow. Sunianze said this. He paused for a moment and said, actually, your worry about gains and losses is just that you think I don't love you. In other words, You don't believe that I love you at all. These words immediately made Lee Baiken feel nervous. He walked closer subconsciously. I want to hear what Sunian has to say. Wanted to make sure she was just joking. At this moment, I reached out and took the things in his arms. Soon, Sunian took the overbearing president's book and looked at Lee Baiken with a smile on his face. Baiken, why are you throwing these books away? How could there be such a book in your study? Who is reading it? Is it possible? That's right, Sunian is just pretending. Haha, Lee Baiken knows how to pretend, can't she? But she did not see an embarrassed expression in front of Lee Baiken. Instead, she saw him looking at her nervously. Such a look made Sunian's heart suffocate. Then I heard the man ask cautiously, aren't you really angry with me? Do you really think I underestimate your love? This cautious tone really made Sunian not know what to say. Just like that, under the man's burning gaze, she couldn't help but nodded. After seeing Sunian nod, Lee Baiken subconsciously breathed a sigh of relief. Now Lee Baiken really feels a little regretful. I regretted why I had to worry about face and didn't give it to Sunian directly. You should know that what you did just now really scared him. He couldn't hear anything from Sunian's thoughts and could only face her indifferent expression. This really makes him. It's okay that you're not angry. It's okay that I didn't make you angry. I know you definitely want to laugh at me. I really don't know how to love someone right. I'm not saying, in short, you can laugh if you want to. I think if this will allow you to. She looked at the man and stammered. Looking like he wanted to say a lot, but didn't know what to say. There was even a little sweat on my head. She couldn't help but walked up to him and hugged him. I understand what you mean, but they are only read by teenage girls, so these novel routines have been known to me since I was a teenager. Do you think it's possible to use these tricks to make me happy? Although Sunian said this, there was a smile on the corner of Sunian's mouth. I even think that your behavior is looking down on me, Humph. You think I'm stupid? I'm the kind of kid who would be cheated by men in his teens. Lee Baiken also hugged her in turn. It's okay if you don't get angry. For me, it's okay if you don't get angry. If you think there's something really bad about me, or I look down on you, or make you angry, you can spread your anger on me. It's fine on my body. Sunian listened to the man's chatter. His every word is filled with care. Indeed, some of his actions were greasy. But not everyone is born with the ability to love others. Everyone learns to love others by stumbles. Sunian closed her eyes. The two of them just hugged each other quietly. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich John Word. Chapter 813. Chapter 813, Learning Can't Be in Vain. But Sunian regretted it afterwards. Because Lee Baiken proved it with facts. Don't feel sorry for a man about anything. Once you feel sorry for a man, he will take advantage of you. The reason why? So because someone saw that her complexion had improved, he took advantage of the situation, and turned her into the study. Then pressed her onto the desk. And he said it seriously. Since she discovered his little secret. He said hoarsely. The male protagonist in this book said, "Woman, don't stir up trouble." Then the male protagonist pinned the female protagonist down and said viciously, "If you start the fire yourself, you must put it out. And, woman, you've got me interested." In the process of studying, such an attitude is very annoying. Very annoyed? It's really annoying. Sure enough, you cannot feel sorry for a man. If you really feel sorry for a man, then you will become unfortunate. So Lee Baiken spent the next week sleeping with Mo Bao. Not even qualified to enter the bedroom. Of course Lee Baikan also thought of a way and wanted to come in, but Sunian insisted not to feel sorry for the man. If you feel sorry for the man, you will become unfortunate and not give someone a chance. This leaves someone with no choice but to take care of the children. Sun Ying-er is having a very easy time these days. It's very simple. Lu Jing didn't make any trouble. He seemed to have completely changed. Go to work seriously. Just appear in front of her every day. But Sun Ying-er soon realized how this guy seemed to be clocking in at work. When Lu Jing appeared in front of her again, he said with a smile, "Good morning, and Sunday and Sun, how are you in a good mood today? Have you eaten much?" That's right, this is what Lu Jing would say when he sees Sun Ying-er every day. Sun Ying-er really felt that this guy just asked her how much she pooped every day, but how could she, a lady from a famous family, think so? Looking at you, you should be very busy. Since you are so busy, I won't disturb you, so I will leave first. After saying this, Lu Jing turned around and left. It's like this every day. In the past, Sun Ying-er was always busy, so she didn't have much time to talk to her. But today, she happened to have nothing to do, so she couldn't help but say, "Lu Jing, you come here like this every day, and then go to your company. You don't mind the trouble?" Lu Jing, who had just walked to the door, stopped when he heard this, and then sighed deeply, "I can't help it, I'm afraid I won't be able to remember what you said, and I'll be tempted by Lan Mi and you can't control yourself, and Sunday you may have never loved someone before. You don't know what love is like. Asking what love is in the world can teach you whether life or death can be together. In the sky, I wish to be a winged bird, and on the earth, I wish to be a twig. Red beans grow in the southern country. When spring comes, a few branches will appear. I hope you will pick more. I miss you when I see this thing." Sun Ying-er. Sun Ying-er really doesn't know what's wrong with her now, why she has to be so mean-mouthed. It's better now, I even have ancient poems on my back. Stop, Lu Jing. But Lu Jing sighed deeply, "I heard from others before that women like men who are knowledgeable and talented, so I went to learn a lot, but it's a pity that I can't tell the woman I love, and Sun, just give it to me. Give me a chance and let me talk about it carefully. After all, I have learned everything, and you can't let me learn it in vain." End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 814. Chapter 814 Lan Min's Regret. You can't learn it in vain. Just like that, Lu Jing memorized the poem for half an hour. Sun Ying-er really feels for this Lu Jing Qiang. You are so patient. However, it is really a pity that his beloved woman Lanzi did not hear these poems. Absolute regret. After all, we cannot understand that the words "it's noon on the day of hoeing," and "sweat drips from the weeds on the soil" are meant to be love poems. That's right, this guy started carrying hoeing and sympathizing with the peasants when he carried it on his back. If you really don't know many poems, then don't memorize them. I'm not your beloved woman. Don't show off your talents in front of me. After all, it's a complete waste of time. Don't ask Sun Ying-er about her future now. Regretful, I just wanted to slap you when I asked. Absolutely a slap in the face. Why was her mouth so mean just now? Why can't you be more patient with me? I know that I don't like girls. I really can't get in touch with any girls at ordinary times. If I don't have much experience with girls, if I really fall in love again in the future, then maybe you will still end up like this. You are my elder, I call you aunt every day. Why can't you be a little more patient with me? If you are a little more patient with me, then I may fall in love next time. The more Sun Ying-er listened to this, the more she felt something was wrong. What does this guy mean? Why do you feel that this opportunity depends on you? You. That's right, Lu Jing relied on Sun Ying-er. He felt that his idea was correct. At present, there are only two women he has access to, one is Sunian and the other is Sun Ying-er. He is running back and forth like this every day, and he is respectful to these two women. He really treats these two women as his elders and respects them. It cannot be a loss. But Sunian is a married woman, and he, Lu Jing, still has some morals and wants a reputation, so now he is. That's right, he, Lu Jing, is so witty. Lu Jing continued to speak, as my elder, don't you want to see me, a junior, be happy and support you in the future? Do you really want to see our family die off? Auntie, our Lu family, my future is all on you. If you really don't care, then our Lu family will really be doomed. Sun Ying-er is really speechless now. This guy is really not an ordinary person who knows how to criticize people. Why does the future of the Lu family belong to me? Even if he doesn't understand the so-called brain, he can't talk like this. When she thought of this, Sun Ying-er held back her anger and said, I'll count to 3. If you can't get up, then I'm really rude to you. I'll call Josu to come and deal with you. You haven't been beaten by Josu these days. Have you thought about it? If you really want to, just say it directly and I will definitely let Josu satisfy you. But unexpectedly, this time Lu Jing was not timid at all. You can't change my heart even if you ask Josu to come. Anyway, I really don't want to be a bachelor now. As long as I don't want to be a bachelor, I can do anything. Sun Ying-er smiled and took out her mobile phone. And Josu arrived at the scene quickly. When I saw this situation, I couldn't help but complain, Ms. Sun, Mr. Lu, your behavior really makes me feel like I'm really doing Didi's bidding online now. Please, I'm a corporate executive, you can be very awesome when you go out, but if you do this every day, I really don't understand the feeling of being a senior executive. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Jong Word. Chapter 815. Chapter 815, Those who were beaten did not complain. Jochi, this matter is really troublesome for you. Don't worry, I will tell Nian that I will give you a special amount of money and you will never let your work go in vain. Jochi was just joking. This is really fun. So when Jochi heard Sun Ying-er gritting her teeth, he knew he couldn't make a joke, and immediately cleared his throat. Well, Miss Sun, you really misunderstood. I have no requirements for serving you. When he said this, he paused slightly. I just hope that Mr. Lu can make fewer mistakes. After all, I am a hard-hitting, childlike person. If the number of mistakes is too many, I can't stand it. Lu Jing. No one who was beaten by him complained. Why do those who beat others complain? After complaining enough, Jochi dragged Lu Jing out. But this time when Jochi was about to take action, Lu Jing held his hand. Jochi, wait a minute, you've hit me so many times and I'm so familiar with it. Can you give me a chance? Considering this relationship, give me a chance to speak. Jochi frowned when he heard this. Young Master Lu, what are you doing with your whining? I won't beat you to death. You don't have to be so whining at all, making it look like you are saying your last words. I don't feel unlucky, don't you feel unlucky? Wait, I really have something important to say. Didn't you just complain in front of Sun Ying-er that I was beaten too many times? Listening to your voice, I can feel that you are a little annoyed, and are you not bored anymore? But after hearing this, Jochi shook his head. No, I have no such idea at all. Hey, Mr. Lu, as the eldest young master of the Lu family, you don't know the hardships of us migrant workers. People always hope for more salary increases. You see what I complained about just now? Ms. Sun wanted to subsidize me herself. I refused again. Now she has a really good impression of me, and will say good things to my wife even more sincerely. My salary will definitely increase. Lu Jing. Damn it, there's this one. Seeing that Zhou Qi wanted to take action, he quickly said, wait a minute, you also said that you are a worker, can't you just want to make more money? In this way, if Sun Ying'er and Sunian let you hit me again, you pretended to hit me so I would give you some money. Unexpectedly, when Zhou Qi heard this, he sneered, young Master Lu, we have known each other for so long. In your heart, am I, Zhou Qi, this kind of person? Ha ha. If I am really that, how could I stay with Mr. Li for so many years when he can easily be bribed with money? Add more money, the effect of force is reciprocal. If you hit me, you will also be tired. Isn't the dream of being a worker, lying down and earning money? If you are not like this, then why are you in? So he ran forward and backward beside me. When Zhou Qi heard this, he stopped moving and looked at Lu Jing carefully. Even walked around this land scene. Now Zhou Qi is really a little doubtful. He wonders whether he didn't wake up today or drank too much last night. Why does he feel that Lu Jing seems to have grown a brain today? How much money do you make every month? I will double it for you, absolutely double it. It would be impossible for Zhou Qi, a migrant worker, to say that he is not moved. But he still has a bottom line. No, if my wife and Miss Sun find out, then I will be doomed. Zhou Qi nodded seriously after hearing this. He still knows whether it is temporary pleasure or long-term pleasure. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 816. Chapter 816, whatever you have trouble with, don't make trouble with money. Unexpectedly, after Zhou Qi said this, Lu Jing said with a smile, Zhou Qi, don't worry, since I can come up with this idea, then I must have thought of a way, and I will definitely not let you reveal the secret. These words successfully made Zhou Qi look at him with more scrutiny. After all, Lu Jing's idea. Is this method really possible? Why are you looking at me like this? Why do you feel like I can't think of any good ideas when you look at me like this? You know I have a brain. Lu Jing said that he had a brain. Haha, isn't this a joke in itself? Unexpectedly, the next moment, Zhou Qi would really look at Lu Jing with admiration. Because Lu Jing actually said, Zhou Qi, actually getting beaten up all the time really bothers me a lot. The reason why I didn't hang around Sun Ying'er during this period is because I thought I could overcome this problem one day. Problem. After saying this, Lu Jing clapped his hands heavily like a storyteller. Suddenly one day I had an idea. Guess what? Hey, I really want to. There is a solution. Lu Jing's appearance really aroused Zhou Qi's curiosity. What idea? So under Zhou Qi's expectant gaze, Lu Jing said, that's it? I went to Hollywood in the United States to hire a high-level special effects team. Do you know the special effects? In the movie, those people are injured or have their hands and feet broken off, but in fact he didn't really do it, but used some special effects methods, such as applying so-called special effects makeup. Zhou Qi, this idea, he really felt that he could not even think of this idea even if he broke his mind. He really couldn't think of this idea, he couldn't think of this idea at all. And Lu Jing really got more and more excited as he talked, so if I am being mean and Sunian or Sun Ying'er wants you to deal with me, you will pull me aside just like you did today. You pull me aside. With professional help, you can save a lot of effort and be able to eat both ends. Zhou Qi, let me ask you, is this idea perfect? Into Euro perfect. The way Zhou Qi looked at Lu Jing really changed a bit. How does this guy's brain grow? Lu Jing was also very satisfied with Zhou Qi's eyes. He raised his chin slightly. Are you surprised by my intelligence? Yes, I, Lu Jing, am so smart. Zhou Qi really felt that Lu Jing was smart at this moment. However, he couldn't help but want to ask, actually, I really want to say, Mr. Lu, if you really don't want to be beaten, then why don't you restrain yourself and prevent yourself from making them too angry? But I didn't expect Lu Jing to say very confidently, Zhou Qi, is it possible for me to restrain myself from being a bitch? If I can really control my desire to be a bitch, how could I possibly suffer? I didn't expect you to ask such a stupid topic after so many fights. I am really disappointed that you did this. Zhou Qi nodded when he heard this. Makes sense. When Lu Jing said this, he patted Zhou Qi on the back. Zhou Qi, no matter what you do, it's all about solutions. If the solution is right, then that's it. You don't care about how to solve it and what to do. Besides, you are not. You keep saying that you are a worker. Since you are a worker and you are getting a lot of money for free, why don't you agree? If you have trouble with anything, don't have trouble with money. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 817. Chapter 817. Josu agreed. After careful consideration, Zhou Qi agreed. There is no other way, as a single guy, he really wants to save money to marry a wife. Lu Jing breathed a sigh of relief after Zhou Qi agreed, and then patted Zhou Qi's shoulder seriously. Zhou Qi, I know you are famous for being smart. You can definitely make the right choice. Don't worry. As long as you promise me, I will never treat you badly. Master Lu, with your words, I feel at ease. I'm really not afraid of your jokes. The first time I saw you again, I felt that you were worth keeping as a friend. Facts have proved that I was really right. You are a friend worth keeping after all. Who doesn't want a friend who is stupid and has a lot of money? Lu Jing was also happy. I feel relieved because of your words. Zhou Qi, as long as you dislike me, you will be my life and death brother from now on. In the future, if anything happens to you or you encounter any difficulties, you can directly just tell me. Don't worry, I will go through fire and water for you, no matter what. The two of them called themselves brothers. However, Zhou Qi soon regretted it. Facts have proved that becoming a brother with this Lu Jing was a wrong choice. The reason why I say this. It was because the Lu Jing in front of him at the moment was covered in red marks and his skin was torn apart. If he didn't know better, Zhou Qi would have thought that he had suffered inhuman torture. Zhou Qi, young Master Lu, are you going too far? After all, if you don't know, you would think I did something to you. Let's not talk about others. Even if you are like this, I feel I'm a little crazy. Really, I really think so. But Lu Jing waved his hand at this moment. Zhou Qi, don't say that. Don't you understand yourself? How could you be such a crazy person? Zhou Qi, what does this mean? This guy said this as if to comfort himself. Now Zhou Qi knows that it is best not to take money that is unclear. Zhou Qi still couldn't help but said, Master Lu, you really don't think about it carefully. You are really going too far like this. You just said that we are brothers. Since we are brothers, then you can't go out like this. If you really go out like this, my reputation will be ruined. You can't go out like this. The more Zhou Qi said this, the more reasonable he felt, and he immediately stood in front of Lu Jing. Lu Jing frowned after hearing this. Zhou Qi, what do you mean? You just kept telling me that we are brothers. Shouldn't brothers help each other? And what I just said, but I told you, I'm willing to go to both sides, and I'm like this. Why are you so stingy? You said it, but now you are stabbing me. Oh, we are all brothers. What's the matter with a few stabs? Don't worry, now you have taken over for me. I will definitely stab you in the future if I have a chance. I can't help it. I'm just upright. I'm a brother. But you are really going too far. How can you use special effects makeup to look like this? Unexpectedly, after Lu Jing heard what Zhou Qi said, the expression on his face suddenly became serious. Zhou Qi, this is what you don't understand. I spent a lot of money to hire a team from abroad. It's a big price, so of course I have to make the most of the money. After all, although I have money, I should still save when it's time to save. What does it mean to save when it's time to save? Can this be considered economical? Zhou Qi, you have already accepted my benefits. What do you mean? You are still not a man. How long have we been talking about this? You have such an attitude. Are you really not worried about what happens if word spreads about your back and forth attitude? What to do? Do you still want to marry a wife? Let me tell you, I, Mr. Lu, have no other choice but to spread rumors. I can tell you that if you do this, then I will really be rude to you. I'm going to start ruining your reputation. Zhou Qi, what does this mean? This is nothing. Woo woo woo. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich Zhang Word. Chapter 818. Chapter 818. Lu Jing is injured. The other side. After Zhou Qi took Lu Jing away, Sun Ying'er quietly handled some work. When it's time to get off work, she took out her mobile phone and started to check which restaurant was delicious, and planned to try it with Sunian after get off work. In fact, Sun Ying'er really feels happy these days. She is no longer the kind of woman at home who only knows how to spend money, thinking about what to do and what to do every day, but thinks about work, and after work, she asks Sunian to go out to play. The sisters went out to play together, chatting and laughing. It was a really happy day. After confirming the restaurant, Sun Ying'er took her bag and clothes and walked outside humming a song. But when she just opened the door, Lu Jing fell in. When she saw Lu Jing's face covered in bruises, her heart suddenly tightened, and then she knelt down and asked nervously, "What's wrong? Why are you like this? Who hit you?" But Sun Ying'er finished speaking. After saying this, his expression suddenly changed. "You must know that it was Zhou Qi who took him out just now. Now that Lu Jing is like this, the only explanation that can be given is Zhou Qiqian's." Zhou Qi? Is Zhou Qi really so cruel? And son, I really don't have any so-called malice towards you. I really want to get along with you. Cough cough cough, I don't know, cough cough cough, why, just. At this moment, Lu Jing's face looked weak. Just that kind of speechless look. This really made Sun Ying'er more and more worried. Okay, don't say such things. You are already like this, so stop talking. I want to say, really want to say, although you hate me, but I really want to stay by your side. Maybe it's because my mother died when I was young, so, ahem. Lu Jing. After saying this, he spit out a mouthful of blood. That's right. Lu Jing just wanted to have enough at one time. Lu Jing really used his brain this time. He really felt that he couldn't continue like this. If this continues, then the beating will really be endless. And that guy Zhou Qi is really jealous of his handsomeness and always slaps him in the face. Such a situation, of course, we must find a way to solve. So Lu Jing used his wit, he. During the time he spent with Sun Ying'er, he had long understood that the Sun Ying'er was a talkative person with a soft heart. As long as Zhou Qi was appeased and fed, he would be fine. He, yes, he is so witty. Why did Zhou Qi beat you like this, Lu Jing? I really don't know. I didn't know Zhou Qi would beat you like this. I thought Zhou Qi just talked about it, and then Zhou Qi him. She really feels a little regretful now. I regretted why I always let Zhou Qi beat up Lu Jing. You must know that fists and feet have no eyes. In such a situation, it is easy for problems to arise. I really regret it now. I regret why I made him like this. Why is it like this? She quickly said, Lu Jing, don't worry, you will be fine. When Sun Ying'er said this, it could really be said that her hands were shaking uncontrollably, shaking like crazy. Although Lu Jing is occasionally a bit unpleasant and even a little irritating. Even sometimes, she has bad thoughts and hopes that this hateful guy will disappear. But, she really doesn't want anything to happen to him. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, R.O. Wich John Word. Chapter 819. Chapter 819 Lu Jing vomits blood. However, Sun Ying'er still had some sense, so she quickly spoke, Lu Jing, please be patient here for a while. Don't be anxious. Don't be anxious. I'm going to call the hospital now. No, I should call 120 now. Although Sun Ying'er said don't worry, her hands were really shaking when she said this. Lu Jing couldn't help but wonder if he had gone too far when he saw Sun Ying'er like this. That makes Sun Ying'er so worried. When he thought of this, Lu Jing felt really guilty. But think of the beatings on this day. Lu Jing still felt that he should be cruel. Then he said intermittently in a weak voice, and Sun, don't worry, really don't worry, I have nothing to do, I know you really don't want to see me, but I really want to be by your side, I really feel like a mother when I'm around you. Sun Ying'er really didn't expect that at this time, this guy would still say something like this, shut up, you fool, shut up, you usually don't have any brains, why don't you have any brains at this time? When did you start talking nonsense like this? If you keep talking nonsense like this, then let Zhou Qi kill you directly so as not to worry me. Hush Lu Jing directly. Lu Jing saw Sun Ying'er like this, he felt that if Sun Ying'er really wanted to kill him, it would only take a matter of minutes. Forget it, it would be better to shut up. How could such a big movement not alarm Sunian? When Sunian came over, he was frightened when he saw Lu Jing like this. What's going on? Why is Lu Jing like this? Sun Ying'er's face was filled with regret at this moment. She really regretted it? Don't worry, sister. If something really happens, we can just bear it together. Don't worry. Sun Ying'er then quickly talked about the matter. After saying this, Sun Ying'er's face was really full of regret, I really regret it now. No matter how unreliable this guy is, he can't be like this. It's not a big deal to hit him so often. After all, this Lu Jing is also a human being, not a child. But Sunian frowned after hearing this, that's not right, Zhou Qi has always been by Li Baikan's side, how could he not have any sense of propriety? When Sunian finished speaking, Lu Jing coughed, and son, don't blame Zhou Qi. Zhou Qi didn't do this on purpose. Zhou Qi was also afraid of trouble and thought he would hit me again and again. It's a bit of a waste of time, I can understand that. But I have lived for so many years, and I have never met an elder who is so gentle and caring for me. Maybe I am greedy. I always hope to be by Aunt Sun's side. I hope to be by Aunt Sun's side. Learn more. After saying this, Lu Jing spit out a mouthful of blood. Sunian. Sun Ying'er. This guy vomited blood no matter how he said he was vomiting blood. You, wait here, the ambulance will be here soon, don't worry, you will be fine. Sun Ying'er's forehead was dripping with sweat more and more. Why did Lu Jing vomit blood? Of course he had a blood bag in his mouth in advance. That's right, he just tried his best. This matter must be resolved this time. Things must be resolved. End of this chapter. The vicious female supporting character's character collapsed after her voice was eavesdropped. Author, Ro which Zhang word. Chapter 820. Chapter 820 Lu Jing is very scary when he uses his brain. Facts prove it. Xiao Lu, the dignified eldest young master of the Lu family. The future heir to the Lu group. It is also very scary to use your brain. I know very well what kind of body I am in now. I can really feel it. If I don't say it, I really may not have any chance to say it. Sun Ying-er, who was originally anxious, became even more anxious when she heard this. What do you mean? Shut up. If you want to be stupid, then don't be stupid in front of me. If you act foolishly in front of me, I will be rude to you. Sun Ying-er thought she would wait until Lu Jing got through this time. The first thing I did was to silence this guy. Absolutely poisonous to the point of muteness. No, I want to say now that I am really a little scared. I'm afraid that if I don't really say anything, then what if I don't have a chance to say anything in my life? And son, you should understand that if there is a problem in life, it's a pity. What a sad thing. I really don't want this to happen. I really don't have any ill intentions, I really just want to be by your side, as long as I'm by your side. At this time, Sunian's doubtful voice sounded. Lu Jing, are you really okay? You are like this, saying over and over again that you hope to stay with my sister. You have said it several times. You are so weird. It's better if Sunian doesn't say anything. When Sun Ying heard Sunian's words, she suddenly felt a little strange. That's right, Lu Jing seemed to be saying this over and over again. At this time, Lu Jing said subconsciously, Auntie, how can you be so cruel? I'm already like this, why do you still care about what I say? But I don't think you're going to be beaten to death. Sunian couldn't guarantee anything else, but Zhou Qi's severity could still be guaranteed. What do you mean, Aunt? What do you mean by this? I feel like I'm pretending. How could I be pretending? Even if I wanted to pretend, I wouldn't pretend on this. Look. The scars on my face make Zhou Qi become more and more inhumane. I have already asked for mercy, so why does Zhou Qi still beat me like this? What if I have such a handsome face? When Lu Jing said this, he even got in front of Sunian. And he touched the wound with his own hand. At this moment, Sunian's eyes narrowed slightly. Lu Jing, I now realize that you are really different. What? Lanji didn't choose you, so maybe she was blind. After all, there is no one in the world like you. Lu Jing really felt a little confused when he heard Sunian's words. However, he was certain that what Sunian said was definitely not a good thing. At the same time, Lu Jing looked at Sun Ying next to him. I didn't know it until I saw it, but I was shocked when I saw it. The reason why this is so is because Sun Ying's face is really dark at the moment. Sun Ying sneered, I think so too. After all, how can ordinary people heal scars on their faces in such a short period of time? Such a situation would be a miracle for anyone. Scars. Lu Jing got up when he heard this. Immediately, I subconsciously reached out and touched my face. I touched the scar without thinking. A scar. There is only one voice in Lu Jing's mind right now. He is finished. End of this chapter.